Hello, Gemini. Welcome back. This is your routine, not love reading. This is your routine Chateau side reading. I have decided to do something different here for the month of. Okay. You can tell I want to read it, Gemini. Listen. So what we are going to do, Gemini, is we are going to look into the shadow attributes of you to see how you got where you currently are. Then we are going to look at what is happening now that you are there in that spot. We are going to take a look at what the higher self has to say about this situation. Now, Gemini, let me go ahead and tell you that this is going to be hard for me, just like the Leo reading was hard for me, okay? So I'm just going to jump into it and I'm going to get through it, okay? All right, Gemini. I keep wanting to call y'all Leo. I guess because I'm being reminded of how hard the Leo shadow reading was for me to um, get out, I guess because I didn't want to offend anyone. So I feel like that with this reading as well, Gemini. But anyway, Gemini, let's go ahead and take a look at your shadow side. All right, so the first thing you had come out is free will, okay? Sovereignty, independence, and free spirit, okay? Free will. Accompanying that, Gemini, baby, it's the Three of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Your second shadow side card that came out is Burnt by the Sun, Ambition, Extension, Reach. Accompanying that is the Two of Cups in the reverse, okay? I sense here that someone here has tried to work together with someone else, okay? We got earth and water here, and we got fire here, okay? Earth, water, fire in the shadow section of the reading, Feel like someone has tried to work with someone, be with someone, but ultimately it just continues to be out of their reach, and that is because someone here loves to be independent at the end of the day. It's about independence, okay? That's what it is. It's about independence. So whoever this person who we got people reaching. But if someone does not want to be reached, you will not reach them. You will only what? Exhaust yourself. You will only what? Exhaust yourself and not get what the hell you want with this Two of Cups in reverse. Period. Ultimately, somebody don't want to work with someone else or be with someone else. And this is why I say this is hard for me because, simply put here, Gemini, like really what I feel in this shadow section is just like, you want to do your own thing separate from others, you know, and that may not be like an all the time thing, but I definitely feel this is a most of the time thing. I feel like, if you do want to work together with others, it must serve a purpose. There has to be a purpose because ultimately someone here independent. They're about their independence. For them to work with someone, work along with someone, or be with someone, it got to serve some type of a purpose here, And even with all of that said, Gemini, I still feel like, you are still thinking very clearly. Even when others feel, that you are not, that you are being irrational. You are not meeting them halfway. You are causing them to overextend and overreach and try to break beyond barriers that they cannot seem to break beyond. Even when you seem inconsistent to others or imbalance to others. In all actuality, I feel here that you are actually thinking very clearly. It's crazy as that sounds, okay? As crazy as that sounds. At the end of the day, here with this shadow reading section of the reading, Gemini, I just feel like you're more comfortable being alone, but you don't mind working with someone, working with others, being with others. Because it's like, yeah, you want to be alone. And like I said, like it has to serve a purpose, but you also don't mind having those people there because there is a feed off of the energy, for lack of a better word. Feeding off of the energy means that everything and everyone, it has to serve a purpose. What is the purpose? Okay, so it's almost as if you don't mind because you have to feed, okay, for lack of a better word. And this is why people get burned. Because ultimately, Gemini, like I said, you are more comfortable doing your own thing unless it serves a purpose, okay? We got fire, water, air here, okay? No, not fire, water, air. We got fire, earth, and water here in your shadow section, baby, okay? That's all I really got to say about that, Gemini. Like, you know, a lot of people, especially like cross watchers or whatever, not gonna understand this. Like I understand it. I see what it is. You know, I see it. And because I see it, I understand it, and it makes sense to me. It may not make sense to others, but this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is what it is. Let's get to the mouth section, Gemini, and this is about like what is happening from this space that you operate from, your shadow attributes, baby. So the first thing, and I pulled an extra card because I needed some clarification. Like I said, Gemini, this one kind of hard for me, baby, because I don't want to offend anybody or anything like that. But like, it's called a shadow reason for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? First card that came out for you, baby. Well, not the first card, but the oracle that came out for you, for like what is happening in this space, we got commitment. Okay? Commitment is accompanied by the damn King of Wands in reverse. And I was like, okay, I can kind of dig that, but let me just go ahead and just. So I pulled another card, Gemini, and the damn King of Swords came out on top of it. Well, how about that? Okay. Listen, Gemini. And you damn cross watchers who don't understand. Listen now. I feel like this is a form of commitment. Okay, let me be perfectly clear with you. This is a form of commitment for the Gemini. It's like, listen, this is how I commit. This is the way that I commit. Because we can see in the shadow side someone being damn comfortable in their independence, like you got to serve a purpose here. Listen, this is commitment. This is the commitment you're going to get when you come this way. And this King of Swords say to me, I stand by that and I'm being true to myself. This is the way that I operate. This is a form of commitment. This is a love language here. This is a love language. And I mean that. So if you want to be with me, you trying to commit with me, you trying to stay married to me, get with the program. Okay? And it's just as simple as that. That's you want to be with me, you want to marry me, you want to stay in this marriage, understand that this is my love language and this is the way I operate. I am free spirited. I ultimately like to be by myself unless it's a purpose. I don't even like working with others unless it's a purpose. What's the purpose? Okay? And that's just what it is. Now, let's go to the higher self and see what's up with it. Okay? Higher self. What we got here, what came up is vitality. Okay? health, and energy. My God, accompanied by the damn Queen of Wands in the reverse. My God, one of the hardest readings, I'm telling you. Oh, who we got over here? When I say we got so much Sagittarius on the board, we also got Aquarius, here, or Libra, or any air sign. But Aquarius and Libra is here, Gemini, from your map section, okay? There is so much fire here. There is so much fire here, but mainly, Leo and Sagittarius, to be quite honest with you. Back to this. This vitality, health, and energy is accompanied by the Queen of Wands. Listen, this is some energy feeding, snatching situation right here, okay? That's what this is. That's what this is. You be married to this person. You be, anyway, or with this person, or trying to get with this person. We got the commitment card over here, so I don't know your situation. Maybe trying to get committed, or you're already committed. Some things you're going to need to understand if you're going to be in this relationship, okay? Listen, your second card to come out for your higher self, Gemini, supernatural. Now, let me tell you something about just how crazy this is. I don't even know how this card got in this damn deck. I didn't notice it. Let me just show you how these are two. I was only supposed to be using these for the higher self. Where did this even come from? So I was like, okay. So I just wanted to, wow. That's why I said, okay, this reading gonna be hard for me. Spirit doing something here. But anyway, what is accompanied by this supernatural, otherworldly card here is we have the devil here, okay? In upright, okay? Accompanied by supernatural. Listen. Ooh, okay, listen. What I see here is someone, is put here, otherworldly, supernatural, to attach to others by way, again, I can't help it, of feeding. We got the energy, the vitality right here. I hope it makes sense. They're here to attach to others by way of feeding, okay? If that makes sense. That's what I see here in this higher self. It's as if this is how, someone maintains fucking vitality here. Okay? This is not 3D. This is metaphysical here. Okay? With this otherworldly card attaching to and feeding off of. This is how I love. This is love language. Again. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me now? This, I feel, is what keeps someone cup full, okay? And keeps them fed on a spiritual level, on a metaphysical level, on a supernatural level. Attaching here, brothers, pulling that energy, okay, for vitality. And the thing is you can't see energy, but you can definitely feed off of it, We got, like I said before, we got 3 Sagittarius cards here. We got Capricorn, we got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, emphasis on Cancer and Pisces. And Leo is here as well. I feel like I don't really know what's going on, but if I just put these two right here together, I don't know who this is for and who needs to hear this. But baby, somebody's sucking you dry. Energy-wise, vitality-wise. This is somebody is sucking someone dry spiritually, metaphysically, okay? It's almost like, stealing someone's youth. You know, like if you watch a movie, like you got this old woman that's, you know, she's very old, she's very wrinkled in the face, she walk with a hunchback, you know, something like that, and she takes the vitality and the youth of younger women by some forms of mean, and she'll do that every like years or something when their body get old or something. That's what the fuck I see right here. Okay, this is some old metaphysical ass shit, some spiritual shit. This is like a spiritual attack to me. That has been your 19 reading, Gemini. This has been really hard for me. Um, but you know, it is what it is. I see it very clearly. Like I said, I named all the other signs here. I don't know who dealing with who or who doing what, but I hope you got what you needed. And I will see you guys back here later. Bye.